All right, guys, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 12 Gauge Uncut. So, Avery Jacks,
What's up?
what's up?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing much.
All right, you're going to talk a little louder and not be so shy there.
I'm
So,
talking.
there you go.
Voices are coming out of my mouth.
Voices are coming out of your mouth. More than one.
Uh, I'm not.
So,
No comments.
no comments. So, a little bit of Randy Orton syndrome here. He's got voices in his head and multiples coming out. So, speaking, I guess, this week in wrestling, man, there's been a lot going on with Mommy and Liv Morgan, huh?
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah. So, for those of you who don't know, Avery Jacks here has a huge crush. I mean, big time crush on Liv Morgan.
Yes, sir.
And so, tell me a little bit. First of all, let's talk about where you think this angle's going. Come SummerSlam is that the next? That's the next
Yeah.
next week, right?
1 week.
Yeah,
1 week from today.
1 week from today. So, where do you think this angle's going with Mommy and Miss and Dom and Liv Morgan?
I think Dom is gonna end up going to Liv and leaving Rhea.
Dom, okay, now, and I'm gonna concur with you there. I think that is correct. I feel like something's gonna happen, and Dom is going to help her retain the title.
Oh, she's
And-
definitely not losing at SummerSlam. They're gonna make it go longer.
Yeah, yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, you know, the money's in the chase,
Yeah.
so we all know that. Um, so let's talk about love of wrestling. What made you fall in love with wrestling? Um, First match, give us a little story about how old you were when you were a wee little Avery.
Oh, I would have to say the match between Rey Mysterio and Chavo Guerrero, that famous I Quit match.
Okay. And so,
I mean, put that into perspective. I don't remember how old I was. So, born in 98, and then that match happened.
okay. Born in 98. Dear God, he's aging us a little bit here. So,
You're the old one in this group.
well, this is true because I graduated high school in 98. So, um, so wow. And mine, obviously, and most people know, we're probably revisiting some, Shawn Michaels, HBK, is my GOAT. And I would probably say the all-time, a lot of people are going to say, and they're automatically jumping to the ladder match with the Razor Ramon. That absolutely was not mine. Mine was, I'm trying to think, I believe it was 96 when he beat Bret Hart
Okay.
for his first world championship in the WWE. That was the childhood moment come true when he's actually gets the belt, drops to his knees and cries in the middle of the ring when he holds the belt.
And he realized he made it.
Yes, and he realized he made it. So, um, I'm hearing Kevin Ryan right now go, bitch. But but that was a moment. And you know, I'm gonna rewind back a little bit into last Saturday was no, Friday, excuse me. Forever Pro. And Kevin, Chris Crunk, and Braden Toon had one of those moments that that was heartfelt between the three of them. And, Chris Crunk kind of got choked up into tears. And so, by the way, Chris, I know Chris Crunk broke his foot playing soccer.
Wow.
So, hope that's going to heal up for you, bud. We're all thinking about you. Chris Crunk, Braden Toon, Kevin Ryan, the Keto Death Society. Dude, love them. They're some of the best guys in wrestling that you're ever going to meet. Most talented. And so I can't say enough about those guys. And Forever Pro 100% day one. For real, for real.
Got the old head speaking that new lingo.
Yeah. Kevin confuses the hell out of me most of the time. I'll get a message and it's got so many new lingo in there, and I have no idea what he's saying half the time. It takes me 30 minutes to reply to him because it takes me 30 minutes to look up all the new lingo and find out what the hell he just said to me. I don't know whether to be insulted or like if he's saying something good or bad. I don't know. So it takes me a little while to figure that out. And so I have to use several resources, but Google's very good about figuring out what's going on. And so we got Allie. She just won't come on the camera here, so she's just kind of stalking in the background.
I'll replace Allie with Liv Morgan if she's out there somewhere.
Ouch. So this might be the last podcast that y'all get to see Chris. Oh, well, I just messed up and gave your name away, didn't I?
A little bit.
So just a little bit. So we just broke kayfabe on the camera a little bit. So we'll have to. It's gonna take a little practice to call you Avery every time. So speaking of that, do you make her call you Avery at times?
I try, but she won't.
She won't.
No.
So yeah. All right. So what else you got going on?
Work, eat, sleep, repeat.
Work, eat, sleep, repeat. Did you just rip Brock Lesnar off just a little bit there? No, you're not going to confirm or deny that.
What?
That you just ripped Brock Lesnar off there. So, man, there's a lot going on in wrestling. I mean, it could drive one senile.
It could.
Yeah. You could just forget from one day to the next what's happened. So,
So I got a question for you.
all right.
How do you feel about the CM Punk Drew McIntyre with special guest referee Seth Rollins? How do you think that's going to pan out?
Well, that's a good one. With Punk, you absolutely never know.
Yeah.
So, and Rollins much the same way. And so I don't know that you're I don't know that one can predict the ending of that match.
No.
With the three personalities you got there, Drew, and mainly when it comes to Punk and Rollins. And then you got Triple H, which is obviously calling the shots.
Yeah.
But you got three creative heads there. There's no telling what they could come out with.
No.
I hope to be surprised rarely in wrestling these days am I surprised. But with those three, who knows what we're gonna get.
Do you think Rollins going to cost one of them the match?
There's a good chance that'll happen. But I don't know. I mean, it benefits Rollins to let this feud end so that he gets into the storyline. But yeah, I don't know. What do you, it also pits the option for a good Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
So, I mean, between all three of them, a triple threat Hell in a Cell. If all of them collide together, which right now they all have a problem with each other. So
Yeah.
there's a good chance. Man, that's an interesting thing. Hey, we're gonna ping pong all over the place because that's what we do.
Scatterbrains.
Scatterbrains, and we pop up and have all kinds of things. But those of you who didn't know, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna let you tell the story actually. On your debut in wrestling at the fairgrounds in Rome, Georgia.
No comment. I'm not telling that story.
So he's first got to tell you about the rib and how it happened. So there's a rib story.
No comment.
And we're gonna tell you how more interesting that night got too. So come on, talk to the camera and tell them exactly. It all started with a cell phone call from me to you, and
Yeah.
let's see what happened.
Yeah. I'm not telling the story. You can. You're the
He's
one who brought it up,
oh okay. So
instigator.
yeah. So I call old Avery here, and we tell him that we're going to be on the fairgrounds, and we may have a spot on the card for him that night. And this would be KLT at the time. And so I told Chris that it was really important that he looked the part. So what I needed him to do that night was to shave his legs.
Avery.
Avery. Yes, obviously Avery. But well, old Avery here didn't disappoint. He came to the show on the fairgrounds and had the prettiest legs I think I've saw in my life. I mean, the only thing, I mean, he's got some trademark tattoos, and
Yeah.
he wore some red trunks. I don't know where he got those red trunks from. So it was legs,
Amazon.
boots, and and trunks. And he did remind us. He said, you know, Amazon's a great place to shop. So they're not sponsoring us right now. They should be. Man, I mean, what a night. You got special attention. I think Randy Tucker slapped you on the ass that night, didn't he? So,
Confirmed.
confirmed. That is
Yeah.
confirmed.
Yep.
So what else interesting happened that night? So tell us. You got to tell us that part on your own. You went out. You had a spot.
I did.
You did have a spot. So even though I was messing with you that night, you did get to indeed go out at the event and be seen and, you know, strut your stuff a little bit.
I did.
So tell us what happened.
So the Peachtree Mafia was jumping Randy Tucker, and I went out to save Randy Tucker and met Mr. Atlanta.
Mr. Atlanta.
Something
The
I'll never
legendary
forget.
Mr. Atlanta.
Yeah, legendary.
Yeah. So, for those of you that know, Mr. Atlanta has been masked for years, and there's this one dude, a rookie even, at this point in time, that's virtually been unknown. What happened with you and Mr. Atlanta that night? Y'all kind of tie up?
Yeah, we kind of tied up. Yeah,
Yeah.
got a couple strikes in.
Got a couple strikes in.
And next thing I know, I'm holding his mask in my hand, and he's on the mat covering up.
Wait a minute. You just holding his mask in your hand.
In my hand.
So you unmasked the legend.
Indeed, I did.
Indeed, you did. So, y'all heard it here first. Avery Jack's the first man to unmask Mr. Atlanta. And, you know, there's going to be some heat for this, right?
A lot of heat.
A lot of heat.
Watch
So,
my back at all times.
Yes, watching your back at all times. I mean, so, that means Peachtree Mafia was
No one to play with.
no one to play with.
You know that from experience.
I do. You know, I'm the one that ran them out of KLT.
You're going to
So-
get heat for that yourself.
Yeah, well, you know, this
They
wouldn't be the
don't-
first time. I mean, you know, I am Rocky Shaw, right?
A Georgia bad boy.
The Georgia bad boy. So, you know, they know where I'm at. So, come out wherever you are. So, that being said, so, you know, I really was hoping tonight we'd have two other members on here of the Gun Club.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the big red lumberjack, Zach Riley.
And there's one more, isn't there?
Yeah. The Bronco Corey James. So, man, the heat level these two are getting, the group is getting already. We haven't even debuted, and the fear factor of the fact that people don't want us to. Because they know you, the fans, exactly what's going to happen, and the reaction the Gun Club is going to have is And we're tired of waiting on bookers and promoters to make the decision. We make the decision for ourselves. If we have to show up in the parking lot, whoop everybody's ass,
Storm the building?
storm the building. I mean, we might rent a tank. You know, drive that son of a bitch right up the driveway, right to the building.
Don't even knock.
Yeah, don't knock. We can knock the doors down, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just a little thought for you guys to think about. I mean, you can either open the door, or we can kick it open for you. And so, man. Well, there's so many other things I guess that we still have to discuss. What do you think about Corey James? And he has got the Bronco Breaker.
Oh man, the
Finisher.
Bronco Burkett.
That Bronco Breaker and his kip up.
Oh, that kip up's beautiful.
Yeah, he's came a long ways and got that fighting spirit that I like, that's just raw and emotional. So
Seeing Corey from day one in training to where he is now, pretty impressive.
it's very impressive. I'm gonna go back to man. What would it have been? August, the last show that we were in that Corey was in, well, in early August, the first week of August or so, that we talk about his match. He goes out, lands a spinning clothesline on the Dean of Wrestling. Then the Silverback, he hit one, but two Bronco Breakers on this guy. But after the first one, though, I have to say it was great to see Corey stands up and goes, "Fuck you," and it's the second Bronco Breaker, and into the building that was very loud until that moment he said it. That was completely silent.
You could hear a pin drop.
You could hear a pin drop, and you could hear it echo right through there. The crowd pops. It was a fantastic moment in wrestling for Corey and for me too.
Yeah.
Watching him succeed like that, and watching the crowd's reaction. Man, there's nothing like it. Big Zach with dropping the elbows.
The big red lumberjack, you
The
say?
big red lumberjack.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so we've got, quite a little niche turned out there. And Zach, people don't even know. You think he's friendly, and you don't think he's the monster. Just wait until you see the Gun Club experience break loose on this boy. You're gonna fear Zach Riley, and so you can laugh all you want to now, but I will tell you, he's not your little fat boy anymore.
Nope.
So, Lamar Phillips, that's a shout out to you, and James Hardy.
There's one more, right? Goes by the name of... Having a brain fart. He mentioned Twinkies and bonbons.
Are we talking about James Hardy? Is that who you're thinking of? The bearded Wolverine his mama has a beard too.
No, I'm talking about Sean Clark.
Oh, Sean Clark.
Making fun of Jack by eating Twinkies and bonbons.
Twinkies and bonbons. Well, I can't take the man seriously. Come on, Sean Clark. It's like watching an episode of The Family Guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, the glasses. I don't know. I think that's his gimmick now. I think he needs to come out to The Family Guy.
With a white shirt and green tie.
Yeah. So, and, that jabroni James can shave that beard off. And, his mama's already got the beard. She's the OG anyway when it comes to the beard. So if there was a bearded Wolverine, he probably had to climb through a huge bush to even get out in the first place to the world. It was probably like walking through a dark forest. You know what I'm talking about?
Get ate up with chiggers.
Got ate up with chiggers. think they call, well, in my day, they called those crabs, but I guess they could be chiggers where you're from in your generation. I don't know. So, um, damn, man. And we got so many little, man, in wrestling right now, there's promotions and drama. I mean, we're not going to get into the weeds of that, but
No.
you know, so many people that are unqualified to be the chief are allowed to be the chief, and
Or want to play chief.
or want to play chief, want to be chiefs. Sometimes you're just an Indian. You just got to accept that. And chief's hard work,
Yeah.
not qualified for everybody. So, so you know, you come from you got a little bit of wrestling heritage in your family, don't you? Got some,
I do.
Yeah, yeah. So let's explore that a little bit. You got any names of note that people might notice, or that
I got one under my belt.
you got one under your belt?
Y'all might know who Papa James is.
Papa James. Yeah, that's right. The family's Papa James.
Yeah.
It's good for the family. So yeah. But and so you never wrestled with the family though, have you?
Never so yeah.
Yeah,
Down at
yeah.
ISWA.
An ISWA.
I believe
So,
DJ.
oh yeah, DJ.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Him and
right.
Papa James tried to take my eye out. I didn't forget, and I won't forget.
Man, that's like family abuse. But then if you would have beat Papa James up, I guess it was elder abuse.
Family abuse, geriatric abuse. It's
Damn, did you just say
It's-
geriatric really?
I mean,
You know he's got like this black book, and I have heard that it was bound together with human skin.
me personally, I have no clue.
You have no clue. And so, dude, he's got an eyeball in his hand.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it didn't see much.
They didn't see much. It might have cataracts like he does. So, I mean, you never know. But, man, I'm trying to think if there's so many big factions coming in wrestling. We've got locally, we know we had the family. We've got the gun clubs there. We got those little Twinkies called the Rebellion.
Yeah, but let's talk about one that don't get much attention. Down in prime time, let's talk about FAFO.
Prime time. FAFNO.
No,
Is that right?
FAFO. Fuck
Oh.
around, find out.
Fuck around, find out, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that has somebody associated with it that man, he's gonna love. We're gonna mention his name. You ready for it?
I'm ready for it.
You ready for it? Sean Ambrose. So, but Sean's good at getting shit started. I
Yeah.
mean, hell, on Facebook, I don't know. I think he sometimes gives me a run for his money on what he can say with that mouth.
He can definitely talk.
He can talk. The only difference between me and him is I can kick the mouth shut and he can't. So, other than that, we love you, Sean. Much power to you there.
We wouldn't have superstars without you.
No, Superstars wouldn't have happened without Sean Ambrose. So we're going to give him that credit for sure.
Yeah.
Everybody knows me and Sean have a relationship that kind of goes back and forth, a little bit of, but it's all good for the business. So we're going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Man, there's so much in the champion right now for, I have to give prime time, one of my favorite guys in the business, Big Andy.
Oh, the big Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The world's largest orangutan
Held in captivity?
in captivity.
Yeah.
So I guess there might be a bigger one in the wild. I don't know.
If they're bigger orangutan, Big Andy? Or are you the one?
Yeah. Are you him? So that's the question. Um,
I believe
Man.
he's got a match against Terry Lawler, don't he?
Terry Lawler. Terry Lawler versus now. See, Terry has some wrestling experience, so you got experience versus size there.
Yeah.
Not to say Andy doesn't have experience. Andy has a lot of experience, but Lawler has more. Lawler does stem from correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he's under the matriarch, the Timms family. So Juanita, I think he falls from the House of Timms. So what if Wolfgang happened to show up in that match? You don't really know.
No.
Yeah, you don't. There's a lot of cards Miss Juanita could pull there. So, I'd like to give a good shout out to you. Maybe you know this guy
Who?
because who?
Who?
Are you an owl?
Hooty hoo hoo.
So, how about Zach Mosley?
Oh, Zach Mosley.
So Zach,
He's got a faction of his own, don't he?
he does. You know who they are?
The Exotic Youth.
The Exotic Youth. That's right. That's right. Do you know who's in the Exotic Youth?
Zach Mosley. There's two other people, not quite familiar.
You're not know who these people are.
Like again, having a brain fart.
We got Cornelius Pepperbottom,
Oh, Pepper Bottom.
and we got Bryce.
Bryce. Just
Yeah.
Bryce?
We don't get me in trouble there. That's all. That's really all that came to mind right now. So I won't lie.
Hey.
So
If I'm in trouble, he's in trouble.
yeah. Well, you didn't know anyone's name besides Zach's.
I mean, we all have brain farts.
We all have brain farts. Is this true, Ellie? Does he have those often? Brain farts. Yes. She's confirming that is a normal.
Don't listen to
normal
the
thing for
woman.
him.
Don't listen to the woman. She won't even come on camera. She's too shy.
So no, we tried to get her to start a pre-show for you guys, and her, Tania, neither one would agree. So a pre-show. So
Throw some dollar bills their way.
yeah. So dollar bills, and so
Let's get back on track. We were talking about Zach Mosley.
Zach Mosley and his coastal is I'm gonna totally slaughter that coastal wrestling and maybe coastal empire wrestling. So I may have to go back and edit that part so that I can remember exactly which one. I should have did my homework before that because it just popped in my head, and I wanted to give him some shout out. And if you're in Savannah, I mean, you obviously got to go see Zach Mosley's show.
Yeah.
Now, I don't remember the dates off the top of my head, but so I will fill in some of the dates a little bit later. But we're gonna have Forever Pro is gonna have 2 shows in Chattanooga coming up.
Really?
Yeah. So Forever Pro has gotten a relationship now with Sweet Melissa's, and if I'm saying this right, correct, with VFW.
BFW?
Yeah. So they will be 2 shows, I believe, coming up in September. I think one is pretty close in the beginning of September, one maybe toward the middle. We will have to confirm those dates for you guys, and we will definitely explore those as soon as Kevin gets those cards together. Man, and Kevin's match at Forever Pro, not to forget that. I don't think, and I will say, O'Shea Edwards made a post and said there ain't never been a bad match in Forever Pro.
There hasn't.
There hasn't been a bad match. Not a bad show. There hasn't been a bad match.
I've been to the first show. All the matches were bangers, but sadly I missed the second one.
Yeah, so I've been to all 3. So being the GM, and everyone's been amazing. The bar that Kevin has set and it's a big bar. I mean, that first show was a hell of a bar to set.
Yeah, especially
And-
being a debut show.
Yeah. And we had over 200 people there for that show. It was pretty much standing room only. And we're still working on attendance. The other shows weren't quite as great attendance wise, but now the talent in the matches can't be denied.
No.
There is so much just sheer and raw talent there that, I mean, I'm shocked. Again, I'm going to bring up Chris Crunk, Braden Toon,
Rico Gonzalez.
Rico Gonzalez. I mean, Rico,
Unbelievable.
unbelievable wrestler. His interaction with the crowd. I know he's got this angle going on right now, and he's all over Chris Crunk's ass. And I can't wait till that match happens.
That should probably broke his foot, not playing soccer, but maybe Rico.
It could have been Rico. Rico could have showed up at the soccer field. I don't know. Chris, you're going to have to confirm. Did Rico have something to do with that? Was it his soccer ball?
Did he get mad you take his toy away from him?
So, I mean, man, there's so many. His match, him and Chip Day tore down the house. You want to talk technical wrestler, and there's a story to be told there. A lot of people think and know, and they have compared Chris Crunk to Chip Day. So, as far as their technical mastery, their kicks, their wrestling ability, as far as those two, so it was kind of that comparison, and Chris set out to separate himself from Chip Day, that last thing, which, you know, Chip took advantage of the situation. He was distracted, and he landed his signature kick, which about took his head off. So I can't blame him for not being able to kick out of that. So he's going to have to give some props to Rico at the end of the day. But again, yeah, Rico, though, you know, love him or hate him, the dude is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of those guys that just walks by and naturally exudes that coolness.
Yeah. He can fly in the ring, too.
Fly, man. There's so many of those guys that can fly.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to have to remind myself of some of these guys. Jameson Shook. For everything and anything that Jameson did, he's embraced the fact that people are going to compare him to Sami Zayn because he's a redhead ginger. But I mean, damn, Jameson has an energy that's, you know, undeniable. Is used this Luva kick, and did you see his finisher?
I did not.
So the one-winged angel, I'm not sure that's what he calls it. So he will have to, and I'm sure he will correct me probably at some point if I did get it wrong.
Yeah.
But, you know, beautiful finisher, you know, and he secured the 1, 2, 3. And then going to Cody Fluffman and Braden Toon. Dude, that match was on a different level of, you know, you've got your serious matches and you have your friendly matches where the two guys are out there, they're being competitive, but they're having fun.
So, pause on that. Being competitive and have fun. So, kind of like Jack Riley and Dallas Andrews.
Yeah, absolutely. Except, I don't think either one of these two could outdance Toon or Fluffman.
Yeah.
And especially Fluffman. Fluffman pulled out that secret move, man. And so, I don't even know what you call his secret move.
You want to show us?
No. So, there's one thing the 12 gauge doesn't do, and that's dance. Well, especially on camera. So, ladies, I'm sorry, no helicopter on this episode. So, unless Chris wants to try, but it's kind of like a mini propeller.
You got to pay for that. They're going to have to pay for it.
They're going to have to pay for it. So, yep. So, girls, if you want a dollar store weenie, throw some funds our way. We got you covered. So,
Damn dollar store weenie.
So, Kim, aren't you proud of our boy? And so, yes, absolutely. So let's, I got some, I probably would have to, Joey Martin.
Joey who?
Joey Martin.
Joey Martin.
Yeah. How about Brianna Martin?
Not the brain fart, but yeah, I do know them.
You know them?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So, there's, let's see. And we've got, uh, t- 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 those two are actually subscribers to my page on Facebook.
Are they?
Yeah, they're in the club.
Oh, they in the
Yeah,
club.
they so for those of you who don't know, if you go to my page, this is a cheap plug right now, that there's a little subscribe button on there. You hit that subscribe and you get exclusive content for the Gun Club and the 12 gauge. So don't miss out on the exclusive content. I mean, you could get the mini wiener for free.
No.
No. With a little subscription. So that's exclusive benefits. Allie's the only one who gets it for free right now. And let's take a look, because there is one more, and forgive me because I have to refresh myself, that I want to shout out is Richie. Richie, I'm going to slaughter your last name, so I'm going to Borrowick. Is what I'm going to say. Would you say that's how you say his last name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Borrowick.
So Hooked on Phonics works for me. So you don't even know what that means, do you?
What?
Hooked on Phonics.
Nope.
No, absolutely not. That also shows how young he is.
Yeah.
So,
And how old he is.
yes, absolutely. Man, so Joey, Brianna, Richie, thank you very much for subscribing. Bring the rest of them. Where is your mama? She is not on this list.
I don't keep tabs.
You don't keep tabs. You go to your house or her house.
Yeah.
More than I do weekly. And wash your clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But you don't keep tabs on her.
No.
What kind of son are you? So you're basically saying you know more in the week about me and where I'm at than you do your mother.
No, I keep tabs on mother that way. I don't be like, hey, pay for this, pay for that.
Pay for this, pay for that. What kind of son are you? You letting Joey and Brianna have something up on your mother? I mean,
I can't tell her what to do.
Of course you can.
'Cause she won't listen.
She won't listen.
No.
There is a saying about that, saying that someone who wiped your ass when you were little will never listen to you.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. So that's why you can't really tell your parents anything.
Fair point.
It's a fair point.
Yeah.
So
They listened to so much shit back in the day.
so you had it easy because back in the day, we were left to survive on whatever it was that they would do to us. We were the latchkey kids, which our Gen Xers were.
Okay.
Where our parents, our outside time was they closed the door and locked it, and we couldn't come home till it was dark. So if you got thirsty, you couldn't run in the house. You had to find a water hose and drink out of it. So, and if you were smart, you let it run for a little while before you stuck your mouth up to it because it was hot as hell. So,
You
but
made
there
that
was
mistake
always that
once.
kid. We was always that kid that we would get the first drink for. Okay, here, have this.
Were you that kid that made that one mistake?
I haven't ever made that mistake. So, not with my mouth anyway. So, but and we got the first reaction of Tania off camera there. She stared at
Looking
us.
confused
Yeah, she's looking confused.
or concerned.
It wasn't that either, by the way. So,
Pinky toe?
pinky toe. I think it was my feet, actually. I remember that water being pretty damn hot. So, that stuff could burn you if you during the summer in Georgia at the right time.
Yeah.
That water hose water that's been just sitting in the hose for a while and baking, could be hot.
Yeah.
So, but we learned a lot of things. We had electric fences back then. Yeah. You ever tried to piss on an electric fence?
Nope.
That could be an interesting situation too.
Might not be the brightest crayon, but I know not to piss on electricity.
Yeah, we used to, and we also used to have games with each other. Who could leap and jump over the electric fence without getting stuck on it. And so, and if that didn't get interesting enough, we started getting bored. We'd kind of trip the person up so he'd actually hit it when he was.
You were a damn bully, weren't you?
No, yes, maybe.
Which one is it? No, yes, maybe.
Yeah, well,
Or
it
do you
depends. If you ask anyone that went to school with me, then it probably Rocky was an asshole and a bully at the time. Yeah, that's probably true. So
Probably it is true. He is an asshole.
I am an asshole. There can be times but I'm a nice asshole, an honest asshole. Let's put it that way, an honest
A
asshole.
blunt asshole.
So
A few people got experience from that, don't they?
they do.
They tuck their tail and run away, don't they?
They do tuck their tail and run away. So what can I say? It gets compared to everything. I've been called meathead logic, but so I'm not the political one of our group. That's for sure, or the calm one. So I think if you had to compare the two, the more explosive ones of our group, that'd probably be me and Corey James on the on the explosive side of the.
So what would you compare Zach to?
Zach, he is truly a lumberjack.
Yeah.
He's going to be silent, and if he gets violent, it's
Feel
just
bad
gonna,
for that person.
Yeah, I feel bad for that person, but because they probably won't ever see it coming.
No.
He's not a yeller, not a moaner. Well, not that I know of. Maybe you could tell us about that. I don't know.
No, there's nothing to tell.
Nothing to tell. All right.
No.
So, but so you haven't helped him polish his axe or anything before?
Nope.
No. Okay. Good.
Don't even know if there's an axe.
You don't even know if there's an axe? I think you're lying.
I'm telling the truth.
No axe. Okay. So, what about the axe handle? No. So, so as far as we didn't get you some training polished up, and apparently, according to what I hear, Rocky Shaw has a brand new ring.
Oh.
I bought an arena.
Really?
Yeah, I heard I bought an arena. I don't know.
You don't know when, but you bought one?
Apparently I did. So, twice the size of the Forum.
Okay.
So 12 gauge promotion is going to be huge.
Yeah.
So,
From what I just heard, yeah.
yeah. Big, nice ring. Like, I might do one of those 8-sided rings.
Oh, like an old TNA ring.
Yeah. So, you never know. We find some good trainers. Chris Kamikaze might be available.
Oh, yeah.
Might bring him in to teach the school.
Yeah.
And so, but who knows? I'm likely to forget about it before we get done with this podcast.
I mean, he has disappeared. No one knows where he is.
No one knows where he is.
Nope.
He's out making videos like he's Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Distracted Zero and cost him against Ryan Marks.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that feud going on.
Ryan Marks. Who's Ryan Marks? I'm just kidding. I know who Ryan Marks is. So he's been stalking me my whole career. I honestly, I think I'm his hero.
You think he fangirled over you sometimes?
He is totally fangirl over the 12 gauge. So I swear I didn't know until now when I started putting together that there was law enforcement style undies that got thrown at me at one of the RWE matches into the ring. And they were like boxers.
You got something to say, Ryan? You throwing undies?
So
They probably
Nobody owned up to it, but
Did-
now we might know.
Did they have skid marks?
I don't know. I didn't pick them up. I left them on top of Sean Hayes' face at the end of that. So, and I think referee Hunter Casey probably took them home and sniffed them. Y'all all know Hunter Casey, so who knows? Where are those underwear now? They're probably in a lock box somewhere in his room. So he might be wearing them right now in a school teaching somewhere. I don't know. That's scary, but it's possible. So, damn, man, we're about 45 minutes in. You're looking to do some refresher training and so forth.
I am. Get polished up a little bit.
Get polished up. I don't know if I'd use those terms or not, but
Yeah, now that I think about it, that was poor choice of
that was a poor choice of words because Kevin Ryan, I think he's wanting you to polish him up. So I don't know. Kevin might be into it. I don't know.
Yeah,
For the right amount of money.
Hey, money makes you do crazy things.
It is, and Kevin does some crazy things.
Yeah.
Kevin's kind of the pretty boy in wrestling right now too.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, you can play with his curls. And so, but I think Allie knows Kevin Ryan too, doesn't she? Yeah, you know Kevin Ryan. He's on your friend. Yeah, she knows Kevin. Is Kevin a cutie? She with Chris staring at her, she says, no. That was totally unconvinced to that. Avery, sorry, I said it again. Okay. So she's talking to his friend.
Oh. Oh.
You mean Merritt, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Merritt's got game.
Hey. They can have her if she wants them.
He totally doesn't mean that. So we know. You know if you know. And so
Called it a few gray hairs every now and then, but it is what it
So-
is.
I was going to prank you today, both of you actually. And I was more worried about her coming after me with this prank than I was you. Because I saw the picture, it popped up on my timeline with you and her, and you were putting your hand on her belly standing in front of a mirror together. And I was like, I'm going to post this up and put congratulations for the two of them on the baby.
Oh, she would come after you.
Because I knew what's your mother and your sister, they would just blow it up.
The 12 gauge would be missing. 12 gauge would be missing at that point.
Yeah.
So I thought a little bit better of it than actually proceeding with the joke, but I thought about it really hard, and
I would have laughed.
I know you would have laughed, and so
I would have laughed, but my grandmother would have thought it was serious.
there would have been some people disappointed, some people really happy, and then some people disappointed that it was a joke. So mixed emotions. Hey, but that's what wrestling is, right? Storytelling.
Yeah, storytelling. Showing emotion.
Showing emotion, and that's definitely gonna get a pop. Maybe not the pop that everybody wants.
Baby Jack's 2025.
Baby Jack's 2025. You know when you say stuff like that,
No, I know.
you know there's a possibility of happening.
Extra careful.
Because I'll go back to tell you my story on becoming a daddy.
Oh.
Because
Which
Which
time?
time? The first time. So the second time was intentional. The first time was no plan on that at the time, really. So she had actually, Tania had been on birth control for the entire time, and we had kind of started to talk about it, but we didn't have. That wasn't something we were aiming for yet. So she was still on the pill, but she has to go. But she is late, and so she goes to her doctor, and we were like, this is just probably hormones, the medicine, all this. And so she goes to the doctor, me not thinking anything about it. She calls me, and there was Quiznos. If you remember, Quiznos used to be in front of Kmart or,
That old
well,
sub restaurant.
yeah, the old
Yeah.
sub restaurant. And I used to like to eat there. They had like a barbecue, like some kind of like a honey barbecue sub. Do you remember the sub that I used to eat there? I don't know, but it was like a steak sub that was really solid with like this honey barbecue sauce. It was my normal thing to grab a hold of there. So we order, sit down, and start to. I get my sandwich about halfway to my mouth, and she says, "So, I don't even remember what she said
How
exactly."
big was the sandwich?
Huh?
How big was the sandwich if it was halfway in your mouth?
It was on its way to my mouth. It was pretty big because I got the full. They cut it in half, so it was probably 6 inches.
Hold the sandwich again.
So
Hold it one more time.
no more air dicking for this at all. So get there, and she says something about being a daddy or what? Do you remember what you said exactly, the words? But at that point in time, she tells me that basically we're having a baby, and so the sandwich goes from my hand right to slamming across the table because I'm just like, what the fuck, and and I don't know that I said a whole lot after that because I was in shock. Like, I would have been excited, and it wasn't a bad thing, but hell, I had no idea, no plans. Yeah, it was total shock. I got excited a little bit later, after the fact that it started setting in that, okay, we could pull this off, and things got more interesting later on. When I found out it was a girl. We didn't have, we had a girl, my cousin, Nicole, which love her that she was treated like a boy, and we, the whole time because she was with boys.
Yeah.
So, but I know what to do with a girl. I had not the first idea what we were going to do with a girl. And, and plus, going back, I didn't have the best parenting growing up. My father was in prison when I was born, so I'm like, well, I got to figure this out myself because, mine was my grandfather and grandmother raised me. So, and my grandfather did a great job as far as that goes. But, but it's still different when you feel like you haven't really had parents, in the traditional sense to actually raise a child. Okay. So, then I get those two moving along and you come along. So I got my bigger child there in Avery.
The oldest.
He's the oldest of the group. So his mama let me know a little bit late about that.
Yeah, I say 25 years late?
25 years later. So hope it was fun, Kim. So anyway, your dad eventually is going to try to murder me. So
no.
That's your other dad, your stepdad. So speaking of your stepdads, has he ever carry you fishing or anything like that?
Work on cars.
Work on cars.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hold the flashlight and hand tools, but that's pretty much it.
Well, see, I don't know the first thing about a car. I couldn't change oil in a car. No, I don't touch cars.
Stick with wrestling.
Yeah, stick with wrestling.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I do. I'm a certified public ass kicker. Now I also kisser on myself there, but that's what being married will do to you too.
Or get you confused on what to say.
Yes, confused on what to say, what's appropriate and what you can and can't say.
Yeah.
You have to. They want you to plan things out and give them.
Give them money.
Yeah. They do want money a lot too.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a lot of money.
Causes gray hairs.
Causes plenty of gray hairs.
Yeah.
So, but so you got something to look forward to there. So when are we, speaking of that, since you threw it in there?
No.
Yeah, we got to talk about it.
Nope.
So when are we going to pop that question?
Huh?
That got her attention.
Oh, wait. You're talking about the question on when dinner's done?
No,
Oh,
not when dinner's done, or if the dishwasher's broke. That's not the question.
what question?
That's when you're gonna pop the question.
What question?
You know which one. It involves It involves a ring,
In the human
wedding
language.
bells.
Don't let him lie to you. He wants to pop the question.
Oh,
I don't know what question.
yeah. You don't know you see this, guys. This is
Oh,
called
look,
denial.
look. It's time to do something else.
It's time to do something else.
Yeah.
You might want to have a watch on there when you start trying to catch time. What are you, Biden?
Oh, shit. I'm Sleepy Joe.
You Sleepy Joe?
Sleepy.
Yeah. And so, yeah, before you know it, she'll be like, oh my goddamn money. uh, Speaking of, you got my goddamn money?
Dak does.
Zach does. Zach, can you confirm that you have my goddamn money? So, you heard any new jokes lately? You gonna tell our crowd any jokes? I told you one earlier, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Some of my jokes are not very appropriate.
Do you think this podcast is appropriate? Do you know how many words we've already used that makes this podcast inappropriate?
I mean, yeah.
Do you think when there's a 12 gauge warning and it says uncut, that it means it's going to be appropriate for children?
I'm not worried about the children.
You're not worried about the children? Who
I'm
are you
just
worried
worried
about?
Worried about the people that get butt hurt.
People get butt hurt?
Yeah, right? Shocking.
Right? Shocking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. You know, that's becoming more of your generational thing.
Yeah.
The Gen Xers don't get butt hurt.
Yeah, they want to cancel everybody and anything.
Yeah.
Wow.
This would have been the cancel culture. That's what
That's
Allie
what
could have jumped in on.
Yeah.
I saw her preaching on the cancel culture.
Yeah.
So
Anything about that, she's the dictionary.
she's the dictionary.
Encyclopedia.
And you're the dick.
And she's the anary.
So, guys, I don't know if we'll do some more photos. So the set here, while we're looking around, is, I mean, like it's like being at, I don't know, is Universal is that Harry Potter or is that it's not Disney, right?
No.
No. Or is it Warner Brothers? I don't remember who actually.
Yeah, I think
Warner
it-
Brothers. Okay. So we're like on a set, like a fan set here.
Yeah.
I got some Dumbledore stuff from Pops on my side. I see several different characters that, you know,
Right behind
Harry.
us.
You know, they're kind of stuck in here. I don't know the rest of the characters' names too well.
That's who you look like. Voldemort.
Well, you know, me and Voldemort have something in common because, you know, in a lot of places, I'm he who shall not be named.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that part can be true because you know it's that whole butthurt thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Even older generations get butt hurt more than newer generations.
man, some of those are
Yeah.
got faux hawks and you know be in their 70s and be a butthurt about everything.
Yeah.
You know, holding grudges,
Pointless grudges.
pointless grudges.
Yeah.
Because you know what? While they're thinking about whatever I said that hurt their feelings, I'm sleeping like a baby. And so I sleep better on a soft bed of haters' tears. But
You make a tear blanket.
I make a tear blanket. That's right. So, you know, that's just something with Aries. You should realize now, if you pick a fight with an Aries or a Scorpio, there is going to be repercussions.
Yeah.
Because we will stop at a certain point, but you're going to be hurting by the time it's done. And so we don't stop at limits or anything else. So we're really kind to you and sweet until you piss us off. And at the point when we get pissed off, it's we'll burn your house down. That's for sure.
See, they'll poke and poke and poke, but when they get pissed off, they run the other way.
Yeah, that's right. And so we don't even care if you run. We're gonna find you and punish you for it anyway.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Yes. So, any kind of big news for us that
No,
No.
just laying back.
So, you excited if Kevin gets a chance to train you, and that's
I am excited.
so.
Yeah,
Be
ready to learn.
ready to learn,
No Spanish fly off the top, though. No.
Kevin. I think you should definitely teach him how to at least do a moonsault off the top rope to the outside.
No.
So,
No.
yeah,
No.
you can learn some Kevin Ryan shit.
That's a lot of shit.
So, that way when you're in the hospital and with a broken neck, we can you can kind of give us one of those Jeff Hardy signals or signs or whatever.
At least it'll get me out of work.
It will get you out of work. So, no, I'm not going to do that to you. I was about to say, where do you work again? So,
You know why. You know why. Especially if you put that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So we can't put that in, and
Let me
so
turn this the other way.
so yeah, we've got where my co-star left. I had a co-star in here earlier, and so she is. Yes, she is looking in here like, what are you calling me for? So Mama done put her up.
I didn't
Oh.
want her to knock the camera over. I don't have money to replace
Yeah.
So
We got one laying under the camera.
yeah. So in a box.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gonna ship her off.
Yeah. So, well, damn, I guess about an hour and two minutes of us talking about the most random items and
Yeah.
things we could actually talk about. Some interesting, we've got those highlights again, you unmasking the legend.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we want to make sure we drive that home.
Yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah. So, I'll make sure for the right amount of money we can post the address to you for
I'll move
in
countries.
care of Peachtree Mafia.
I'll move countries.
You move countries. So, man, it's all right. It's all right because Sean Ambrose has informed me plenty of times that he is in firm control of Jurassic Park these days and is going to take care of this situation. So, more power to you, Sean. And,
Yeah.
Sean's got, what's that group? He's got like Rob Adonis, Sean Ambrose,
Muhammad.
Chris Kamikaze,
Muhammad, one of them.
Muhammad, I guess. You can bring, what was the saying? You can bring the mountain to Muhammad, but you can't bring Muhammad to the mountain. Is that right? I don't know what the saying is either. And so, I don't know. Man, so he's been, but he's been pissing on the shoes of Big Andy. So,
Yeah.
so the question is, can they take that title from Big Andy?
It's gonna take a lot of taking.
It'll take a lot of taking. And so,
I wouldn't want to take it from him.
yeah, man, I'll just tell you what. I mean, so a whole lot of bananas.
Yeah.
So, then we got, let's see, Zero.
Okay.
Zero's, him and Marks were talking about that little competition earlier between those two. Who do you think's gonna come out on top of that?
That's a tough one. I feel like that's a tough question.
So,
I feel like Ryan can pull something out of his back pocket.
hopefully not those boxers.
Gonna be a tough match,
He
but
can suffocate him with boxers. That'd be a finisher right there, wouldn't
The
it?
stink face.
The stink face. But well, we'd have that's already been copyrighted. You know
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
that
yeah.
place is on the copyright. You know,
Belong poo.
huh?
Belong poo.
Flung poo. I guess they could use that. I don't know. That might be close to Sean's organization that he like, fusses a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
So, who knows? As long as we don't get into a math contest between the two organizations, Primetime and, NAWA, that, oops, I said that name. I was told I couldn't say that no more. Damn. Darn. So, I'm such a rule follower. I'll have to edit that. Slash that I won't edit it at all. So, those who don't like what I say can kiss my ass.
Yeah.
So, or don't listen to the podcasts. But they'll listen.
Oh yeah.
Right now,
they'll
they're
be
listening.
nosy. Yeah, they'll be nosy.
Yeah, they're nosy, man. It's not even nosy.
Not hard to mind your own
The
business.
Georgia bad boy, everybody's got to hear what I got to say.
Yeah.
And so, they'll text me about it later, an angry text.
So let's steer back into wrestling for one minute.
All right, let's steer back.
Who haven't we mentioned that we should have mentioned? You know who I'm talking about.
I don't know. Can we mention that person?
I think he comes from the city of Skrilladelphia.
Oh man,
Oh, yeah.
we ain't talking about Skrilla now, are we?
Skrilla the Great.
Skrilla the Great.
Yeah.
Yes, my wife's making noise over there that I might edit out because she can't find the mute button on her phone. So,
Skrilladelphia.
Skrilladelphia. So
You ever been to Skrilladelphia?
I have not.
I know a lot of people has, and
So-
it's not very pretty.
No, a skrill ride's something I never had taken yet.
You gonna punch your ticket?
Am I going to punch my ticket? If the circumstance were right, I'd like to be in the ring with Skrilla.
Yeah.
He knows that we thought it was inevitable to happen at one point in time. We thought there would be a square off between the 12 gauge and Skrilla. I actually thought, and I think he did too, for one point in time, it would be for the KLT title.
Ooh.
But the cards didn't work out that way, so it was a dream match of mine. I would, man, you know what I would have really loved? I would have loved to have a triple threat match.
A triple threat.
A triple threat
Okay.
with Zach Mosley, Skrilla, and the 12 gauge. So I'd like to know if I could have kept up. That's a ride there.
That's a lot
But-
of keeping up.
Yeah. I won't lie. Cardiovascular, they're far superior than me. But I rely on that one thing. Just kind of like Randy Orton can hit that RKO out of nowhere. It only takes one 12 gauge and somebody goes to sleep.
Yeah.
And so if I had two people go to sleep, and then I got a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. But who
So-
you gonna pin?
Who am I going to pin?
If you got Skrilla and Zach Mosley down, who you gonna choose to pin?
I don't know. You know what would be nice?
If you pin both?
I stack them. Sorry, Skrilla. Sorry, Zach. But man, it would be great. You gotta admit. And they would do the same thing. If they could stack me, they would too. So, man, just, acknowledge me. And so, oh, man. There's one other guy that, we hadn't talked about that I think he's got his wing injured right now. This little birdie has his wing injured. You know who I'm talking about?
Got a couple ideas, but I could be
Got
wrong.
a couple ideas. Well, he was a golden girl until he kind of saw the light, and, and he turned his back on the golden girls. And man, as far as I think about it, Corey James did too.
Oh, you're talking about Dallas Andrews.
Dallas Andrews. So, Dallas, we'd like to know what's going on with you. So,
Yeah, a little MIA, aren't you?
he is a little MIA. Suspiciously so.
Yeah.
So, Dallas, if you got the balls, give me a call.
It rhymes, so go with it.
So go with it. You tell us what's up and what your plans are, future plans. I mean, I suppose you're done playing with the girls.
You want to hang with the big boys?
Why not hang with the big boys?
Will it happen in the future? Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We got to see. I mean, I'd hate to think you took his tail and ran.
I don't think he would do
No,
that.
I kind of got a feeling that.
He'll stand up to the plate and put up a fight.
Yeah, I'd like to definitely think so. So I'm gonna lay that out there for him. So, do you step up to the plate? Guess we'll see.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I'd like to see it happen.
Are you fangirling a little bit?
Just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not too much.
Yeah. I think you said something about him doing a little bit about facials at one point in time.
No.
Had a little dry skin there.
No, just bullshit make my
some-
eye itch.
Get something in your eye.
Just bullshit make my eye itch. Allergic to bullshit.
Allergic to bullshit. Oh. So I guess I know why you're not there on Saturday night, huh? Is that where your mom is right now?
Where?
You mentioned bullshit, so we got to be talking about that place.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
What time is it?
Bless her heart.
7:30.
7:34.
Yeah.
It's about bell time.
Yeah.
About bell time, yeah.
After they get done with the pre-show
Bullshit.
they have, yeah.
So,
Yeah, she's there.
she's there. All right. We
Coach.
love you, Kim.
Yeah, I hope you have a good time.
We do hope you have a good time. So, but well, that being said, well, we got two of our boys are in matches tonight.
Yeah.
So we wish them well, and we will.
Corey James against James Hardy.
Corey James against the bearded woman, and so we hope that'll go well. And the Family Guy versus the Big Red Lumberjack.
Yeah.
So, chop them down,
Stack
and
'em.
stack them, Bronco Busters, all around. So, with that being said, and I think we've bullshitted long enough for tonight. Tania's nodding yes. So,
Allie just in her own world.
yes.
Have we bullshitted long enough?
And so,
A shrug.
Allie, would you like to come close the show out or anything? So, Allie is famous on, she is viral TikToker.
Yeah.
So, what's your social ID on there? Yeah, on TikTok. It's what?
Ew, it's a rat.
That's what TikTok made.
It was a rat.
No.
Ew, it's a rat.
Ew, it's a rat.
Ew, it's
So,
a rat.
ew, it's a rat. If you want to follow her on TikTok,
I've got 21.3K views and 560 likes.
560 likes and 20. So is this all PG rated content or?
Come on now. X-rated stuff is somewhere else.
The X-rated. So what's your OnlyFans ID?
You guys don't twist that one.
Oh well, okay. Well, there was no denial on there. It was an OnlyFans channel, so Chris obviously knows which one it is and the ID for that. So, would you
Wait.
like? You're not going to tell us?
Plead the fifth.
He's going to plead the fifth. All right. Well,
I think it's time to wrap it up.
it's time to wrap it up. Well, I don't have to wrap it up anymore these days.
Some of us do.
Some of you do.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, you can find me on YouTube at 12 Gauge Uncut,
Facebook.
You can find me on Facebook under Rocky Shaw. And then, as I mentioned earlier, there is a subscription if you'd like to support us in making this content. It's not free. There's all this equipment costs money. So,
Yeah.
and time. And although we're having a good time, actually just sitting around and talking to you guys. So we will make it a goal to bring Allie and Tania both into this at some point in time. Because then we'll give you a female perspective. Because
On the bullshit they have to deal with.
yeah, because not everybody likes the sausage party all the time. They want to bring in some female perspectives. And so, what's that? It needs to be. I'm instructed. It needs to be planned. So we will make a plan, and to get the ladies on at some point in time.
Chris didn't mention about me saying that I could be a ring girl.
Yes. So 12 gauge promotions. With that new ring and thing, we'll hire a ring girl too.
Yeah.
So
If she can stop being so shy.
golden opportunity right there for her.
Golden?
Golden.
I think platinum.
Platinum.
Yeah, we ain't gonna mess with no golden.
That's true.
Yeah.
Gold's kind of past due, and it's platinum's where it's at now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's true. The Platinum School of Wrestling. That would be an idea right there. Dan, what do you think? Like it?
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of ring to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, well, again, 12 Gauge Uncut can be found on YouTube. Rocky Shaw on Facebook. I actually have the 12 Gauge. Rocky Shaw is one of my other Facebook pages that just have followers. We got the Gun Club group. Again, subscribe. You can send stars. But let's blow that YouTube channel up. And then I think it's just Rocky Shaw on TikTok. And so we are right at 951 followers and 8,700 something likes. So, I'm not up to. I don't think I have anything as viral as you. It's a rat there. So y'all got to make that happen. So what about you? You got any socials?
Anyway,
Social IDs?
just Facebook.
Just Facebook. So we will have to make him. You need to make one. The man who unmasked the legend.
Maybe
that
not
could be
that.
your
Hank.
ID.
Maybe not that.
Maybe not that.
Oh.
No.
I don't want people after me.
Small propeller? Mini weenie?
I like Meanie Weenie.
Mini weenie.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll go with that. You'll find him soon on miniweenie.com. So.
It sounds a little too close to cat.
All right. We will get in on the. We don't want to get canceled by PETA, so we won't talk about that. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, what plants do you not leave around cats?
Lilies.
Lilies. Don't leave lilies around cats, folks. No. And well, that we will we will cut it because the cat is telling us it is time.
Yeah.
So
It's past dinner time.
So Chris.
Yeah. Nope.
What do we? Avery. What do we say when we close out a 12 gauge podcast? We're quizzing him and he doesn't know.
No, I don't.
Beware
Of the 12 gauge.
of the 12 gauge.